Just put your hand there to hold it.
There's a man who leads a life of danger. To everyone he meets, he says he's a stranger. With every move he makes, another chance he takes. Odds are you won't live to see tomorrow. Secret agent man.
Hello, welcome to Spy Guys Tuesday night show, live here from Kiev, Ukraine. I'm your host, Alfie. Thanks for all the likes, shares, comments. We really appreciate it. We do this every Tuesday, so please be sure to tune in. We've got a great show for you tonight. We've got a story on the gas crisis. We've got an interview with Swedish Super Spy, Ostlund. And to top it all off, we have an exclusive live satellite uplink with Russian President Vladimir Putin. The big story, oil. The price of Brent crude oil has dropped below $70 a barrel and is expected to drop even further.
How low is it?
If oil was any lower, Stephen Hawking could jump over it. If oil gets any cheaper, it'll be on the McDonald's value menu. Oil is going down faster than a Russian hooker at a Japanese business convention. Russia's economy is dependent on oil exports. This drop in price, along with Western sanctions, has had a huge impact on the Russian currency. Rubles have lost so much value, orphans are playing Monopoly with them. Owning rubles is as pointless as having a MySpace page. I'm not saying that the ruble is useless, but it's so bad. People are trading rubles for Malaysian Airlines stock. But it could be worse for Russia. Natural gas prices have stayed relatively level, giving them leverage over Ukraine. For more on that, let's head over to our chief Ukrainian correspondent, Jeff.
You probably heard that there's a gas crisis in Ukraine. And you'd be right. There is a gas crisis here. And no, we're not talking about the way that I can smell up a room after a big bowl of borscht. We're talking about Ukraine's dependence on Russian gas and how Putin uses that as leverage to put pressure on the Ukrainian movement away from Moscow. So finding a new source of gas to heat Ukrainian homes is a big deal, and it needs to happen pronto. But there's another side to the Ukrainian gas crisis that you probably haven't heard. This is a typical Ukrainian heating unit in a typical Ukrainian home. Notice its location, right under the window. So, if you know anything about physics, you know that hot air rises, expands into open space, and heads right out the low-end contractor-grade window and into the Ukrainian night. Now, I know what you're trying to say. You're trying to say, wow, that is the most inefficient system that I have ever heard of. And you're right. But you know what's even crazier? It's the way that heating is controlled in Ukraine. The government turns it on in October and turns it off in March. On in October, off in March. Just like my mom with the Christmas lights.
Yeah, but if I turn them off, it means Christmas is over.
So, for 6 months of the year, the gas is just on. Want to turn it up? Good luck. Want to turn it down? Nope. It's either on or it's off. It's either blowing hot air or it's not working. Just like an American congressman. Most nights when I get ready for bed, my apartment is hotter and stuffier than Arab Appreciation Night in a Moscow brothel. So, what do? I open the window, and all that nice, lovely hot air goes right out the window, along with Ukrainian independence from Russian gas. The system is so inefficient, it produces more waste than Reactor 3 at Chernobyl. Putin jacks up the pressure on Ukraine by threatening to turn off the gas. That very same gas that goes right out the window anyway. Want to get control of your gas problem? The answer is not Beano.
That wasn't me, that was the cat.
The way to get control over the gas problem, the way to take away Putin's control over Ukrainian gas, is to give it back to the Ukrainian people. Give them a dial. They can turn it up, they can turn it down. You want it hot in your home? It's going to cost you. You want a lower bill? Just turn down the dial. You give the Ukrainian people some control over their gas, and Putin's leverage goes right out the window.
Thanks, Jeff, for that special report. Now we have a special treat for you here at Spy Guys. We have an exclusive live satellite uplink with Russian President Vladimir Putin. Do we have him? Do we? Right, good. Right, Mr. President, are you there?
Yes, hello, I here. Thanks for having me on show.
Great to have you. How's your Thanksgiving?
I very busy try to stay president. I have no time for American holiday.
But clearly there must be something that you're thankful for.
I am thankful for new girlfriend. She is gymnastic one.
Way to go. She's a lovely girl. I've seen quite a few photos.
Yes, she amazing. She does things ex-wife never do.
But are you planning to visit any Russian soldiers in the Donbas?
You know that there are no Russian soldiers in the Donbas.
So, sorry about that. We'll edit that out in post.
Yes, please. I have very hard time to stay president.
So what are your plans for the rest of 2014? Anything special?
О, Вова, иди сюда.
Okay. Mr. President. Mr. President. Okay. Well, I think we've lost them. You know, those Russian satellites. Our next guest is Anders Ostlund. That's all the time we have. My apologies to Anders Ostlund. He's been great and patient. Hopefully we'll get to him next time. But I've got to go. Thanks for tuning in.